It's Thursday, and today is all about purpose. So, I would like to introduce Dr. Stephanie Young, and she is here to share all of her time and her talents with you guys. So, I hope you take advantage of the time that you have with her to ask any questions that you may have, because I know a lot of times trying to figure out what you want to do in life is a big decision, and it causes a lot of pressure most times, because especially when you get closer to finishing high school, because you're like, I got to pick a major and it got to be the right major, and everybody's telling you, well, do this because it makes money, don't do that because it doesn't make money, and you feel all of this weight on your shoulders, like you have to make the right decision, even though I'm here to tell you, you can change your mind. I changed my mind 3 times before I graduated. So needless to say, you can change your mind. It may mean you stay there a little bit longer, but you can change your mind. And the chat too, I don't know if you guys see that, Internet said me too. So it's perfectly okay, but it's also even better if you have someone to help you identify, or at least give you the tools to kind of help calm some of those nerves so you can think straight, because a lot of times it's right here in your face, but you're so close you can't see it, so you need to look around the corner, and she's here to help you guys do that. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to you, ma'am.
All right. Good to meet everyone. Just to give you a little bit about myself, I am originally born and raised Bronx, New York, but I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee now. Some of you may be wondering just about what it is that I want to do in life. So we're going to take it a little step by step. So I'm going to ask you this, and I may stop sharing just for a moment, but let me click. So I want to find out, have you thought about your plans after high school? I'm very similar to, I went to school for radio, TV, broadcasting, and then I went into education. So there you go. Completely changed. Ended up going back to school for education and became a teacher. So we have some folks that know and some folks that kind of, sort of. And if you're not sure of it all, that would be D, and that's fine. We have adults that aren't sure what they want to do. So that is okay if you're not sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and share my screen. So if you're not sure, let's do this. So let's just start off with, you're in school right now. What is your top subject interest in school? And since we don't have to do the letters, you can just type in the chat what subject area. So
Art and psychology.
And that's a mix. Language arts. Ooh, okay. Excellent. There we go. Engineering and technology. That's excellent. Excellent.
Oh, also sports for destiny.
And sports can be an avenue that can lead you many different places here. So have you ever been asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I know for me, my generation is like, what do you want to be? And there's the typical, doctor, lawyer, and that's fine if those are the areas you want to go into. But as I started talking more and more with young people, they had so many different ideas. And sometimes in the past, we've been trained to just look at one thing only. And that's the only path that we can take, not knowing it can lead in different places. So let's shift the question. So I'm going to click on this video click, and I want you to look at it and jot down who you see. Who did you see? I'm going to stop sharing there for a minute. Okay, so I see Will Smith. Who else? Anyone else that you recognize? Exactly. So what are those people known for? What is Will Smith known for? And you could drop it in the chat box. What do we know Will Smith for? Exactly. Acting and rapping. I knew him as a rapper first, then acting in the Fresh Prince. Right, Miss Jones? I know we probably say that's how we know how he started. Exactly. What about Mike Tyson? What is Mike Tyson on for? Boxing. Exactly. So we got Mike Tyson, Will Smith, and then right, then Mike has been in some movies. That's true. Who else was in there? We said Snoop Dogg. What do we know Snoop Dogg for? A rapper. And he's now gotten into acting. Exactly. And Shaquille O'Neal. And what is Shaq known for? Basketball and insurance. Reality TV. But he started off as a basketball player. And think about the insurance. What else? He Papa John's, right? I'm trying to. Oh well, he did have reality TV. And did you know he actually was a sheriff because he went to school for criminal justice?
I can believe criminal justice because most athletes, they push them as a student into criminal justice, but had no clue he was a sheriff. That's interesting.
And he, some years ago, right? He's a sports commentator too, but some years ago, he did a ride along. And then he realized, yeah, I can't do this because too many people will recognize it. Because he went on a ride along to arrest people and they were so mesmerized looking up at him. This is Shaq. Shaq is arresting me. That he was just like, yeah, I can't do this. So it's amazing, right? What you see a lot of them are known for, but what they're doing now is probably not what they expected to do, right? So I made the little, so we have Will Smith, started off as a rapper, then went into acting. He's done TV, he's done film. I believe now he has a production company. Then you have Mike Tyson, who started off as a boxer, but he's also a businessman. Then you have Shaquille, who started off college basketball, professional basketball, sports commentator. I think he's been in a movie or two, have reality TV show, business owner. Did you know he is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal? He went back to school and got his PhD. Okay. Then you have Snoop Dogg, you know, rapper, businessman, and now he wasn't in with the Sharks. The other three have gone down into the tank with the Sharks. But Snoop Dogg said, no, I'm not doing that, but I will commentate. So he's been a commentator for some of the shows. So it got me to thinking, to shift the question from what do you want to be when you grow up to who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? But first you have to think about, well, who am I? What kind of person am I? What do I, what are my interests? So first off, and you could drop it in the chat box, what is it that you like to do? And you can even take some notes. What are you interested in? Further, and think about what problems do you think need to be solved? And I can even give you an example. My youngest daughter loves CSI. What else? She watches all the CSI, Criminal Minds. So she's like, I want to go to school for forensic psychology. But she's become even more interested in human rights and civil rights and advocacy and taking sociology classes. All kind of still related, still interested in criminal justice, but she's looking now at the different problems that are going on in our society, and she's found that she has a passion for helping to solve them. Okay. And so if you're not even sure about answering those questions, let's make it even simpler. What do you spend a lot of time on in your day or your week and your weekend besides the phone, besides TikTok, besides Instagram? But I'll even say, if you're looking on Instagram and social media, what are those things that are grabbing your attention? Is it the fashion? Is it the music? Is it food and cooking shows? If money was not a factor, don't think about, oh, how much time it's going to take, how much money it's going to take. What if? What would you want to be doing in the next 5 years? And what would you want to be doing in the next 10 years? So if money were not an option, what would you want to do? Excellent. So I'm seeing writing, drawing, piano, some things, creative things, helping other people create their reality. That's right. What else? So if money were not an option, if you didn't have to think about cost, time, and you could just do like snap your fingers, what would you want to be doing in 5 years? What would you want to be doing in 10 years? Just dream job, dream career. Look at that, becoming an advocate for helping people in need. That's helping to solve a problem. Have my own patent law firm. Excellent. We need more people in those areas. Decorating $1 million homes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Using that creativity. Excellent. Ooh, look at that. Traveling the world, getting to try different foods and different experiences. I like that. Might have another Anthony Bourdain on our hands.
And we need more females. We need more
I'm
females.
telling you. I am telling you, that is so true. Let's discover your passion. If you're not quite sure, even if you think you are, because like I shared initially, because I was big into TV. Debbie Allen was my idol. Y'all may know her for Grey's Anatomy, but I know her for fame. and being a native New Yorker, it was based on LaGuardia School for Performing Arts, which was in Manhattan. And so initially I wanted to be a choreographer. That's when I was younger, dancing a choreographer. Then it moved to TV and film. But in the midst of that, I always worked after school programs, day camps, always did well with young people. And even my mother said, I told you to take some education classes while you were in undergrad. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. And what happened? I turned around, graduated, was like, yeah, working at this advertising company is not for me. I missed engaging with young people. And so I went back to school for education. But there were some things that I had to do to really discover what my overall passion was, which is to educate, and realizing that education and training can come in so many forms. But if you're not even sure what to do, the first thing I'll tell you is let's look at the P, play. And you may say, play? What do you mean play? We have someone here who plays sports, play instruments, just try out different things. If there's a community organization in your neighborhood that's offering even something as simple as free yoga classes, you may think, why would I want to do that? But I have a young lady in Chattanooga that she has started an organization for young Black females based in yoga, mental health, and wellness, but she's actually going to teach them to become yoga teachers. And you can take that skill with you anywhere, even if that may not be your main thing. So just play around with different things. You know, you're creative, take some painting classes, sewing classes, jewelry making. Then the A in passion is ask. Ask questions. You may think, oh, they have hundreds or thousands of followers, they may not respond. Take the chance to still ask. You never know. And ask them, how did they get started, or what led them down that path? Lead you to search. We use Google and Siri for everything else. Music, lyrics, who's dating who's now on this show, you know, who's won this game. So search out some ideas about, maybe even if you say, well, I want to go into the medical field, but I don't necessarily want to be a doctor. My goddaughter now is, initially she was looking at pediatrician, but now she's thinking, well, I still want to be in the health professions. Now she's looking at physical therapy. And share your ideas, just like you did here. As you're chatting it up with your friends, family, parents, teachers, as you share ideas and you get feedback, it may then give you a little bit more information